Hey YouTube, Chuck's here. This is a M8 smart charger. It charges up to 8 serial, and it does 15 amps, 300 watts, and Brett Waters suggested it over in New Zealand on his channel. So I thought I'd take a quick look and check out some of the specs on the back. You can charge it from 7 to 30 volts. It'll do LiPo, it'll do lithium HV, I'm not sure, and life. It'll do nickel cadmium and a heap of other stuff. And it'll charge up to from 0.1 to 15 amps, which is pretty good. So that's almost 8, just under 2 amps per cell, which isn't too bad. And yeah, we'll have a look at that and we'll check it out. All right, in this episode, we'll check this whole thing out. Okay, the quick unboxing. I've taken the plastic off. It's got a lot more writing on it. Comes with a nice piece of foam in the top of the pack so it doesn't wreck the device. It's reasonably cheap. I think it was around about $50 Australian, probably 35 US. Pretty happy with that. Good price. What else does it come with? It comes with a small instruction manual, quick manual, and the quick manual is in Chinese and English, which is pretty good. And we'll have a quick read of that and we'll get into it. Only thing I can say that is missing off the device is probably the plug that should go along there. We're missing these, but you know, you can buy them yourself. Your input, your output. So you can just plug one on. I think I've got a spare cable here that should be able to plug onto that. Or maybe I haven't. Yes, I have. So I can plug in here. And I can just plug it into 7 to 30 volts and we'll see what goes on. So I'll be back in a second. We'll see what the hell we're doing with it. So there it is there. And yeah. Okay, now that we've had a quick look at the M8, this is the main website. If you go to this website here, ToolkitRC.com, and then you click on your M8, you'll be able to see video of it. So there's a quick video. I don't want to be... So that's pretty much it. I could keep going, but I don't want to get a copyright strike. We have the specification, the features of the device. We have the download, so we go to downloads. There's actually a full manual here, which the new manual down here is the one you want. Now, to let you know, on the piece of pamphlet that came with the device, or on the back of the actual box, it says that this unit is from 7 to 30 volts. In the actual manual, it says from 10 to 30 volts. So I haven't tested it yet, so it's up to you. Now the latest firmware update was on the 20th. What's it today? It's the 20th today, so there's a brand new firmware update today for it. So you need to click on that and update your device. Not sure what's in the firmware update. It doesn't actually tell you, but I will come along and grab that in a minute. You need to put that on a USB stick as written in the manual and pop it into the device. So that'll get that going. Now there's a couple of different things that we've got to look at, but that's mainly the information that you need to grab from this side here. So we'll put it on a USB stick afterwards and I'll update the device. But first I want to look at the device. So we'll go back and have a look at the device. What we'll look at is when you get to the device, it comes with no connectors. So at the moment I've got it plugged into a 19 volt 7 amp brick, which I've made a connector from here, which you'll need some sort of connector to go to there, and you need a TX80 or TX20? Let's split it and call it a TX60. That sounds good. So you've got your TX60 coming in, that's your power in. Now the power in is, the wiring is opposite to the output, if you look at it. So your minus or your earth, your neutral, no earth, it's neutral, is on your smaller end. And on this side, your minus is actually on the same side. So don't worry about that. That was just me flipping out because I haven't undone the tape to have a quick look. But so all right, so you get your minus on the smaller side and your positive on the other side. Probably people that own RC helicopters probably know that. Now if I plug it in over here and I plug it into my battery pack, which is a 3S battery pack, it turns on the device, and immediately if I go into the charging mode, it recognizes it as a 3S 12.2 volt battery. It's a bit low, so what I'm going to do is I'll charge that up in a minute. Not right now, but I'll charge it up. Now the other thing that you can use here, you've got the exit button, so you can go backwards, back to the main screen. You've got a measuring device. So here you can measure the battery. So you can do a measurement on the battery. You've got PWM, pulse width modulation. So it's a pulse and it has a width and then it goes up again. So pulse, width, pulse. So out of 100, it might be 10% of that pulse will be the pulse. Then you've got pulse. So pulse width modulation uses the side connector, which is this side connector here, because it actually sends everything in parallel. So you can have up to 8S on this device. And like Brett said, the older versions could only take 7S. So that's a 7S device, and I have another one here. This is probably a Chinese clone. Not 100% sure on this one. Yeah, this will only take up to 5 cells. So that's totally different. But then you get down to the pulse position modulation, which is a serial type, UART type, or more serial connection, sending it to the battery on only 2 wires. Now I haven't worked out how that hooks up here yet, but I'll have a look later. The S bus is similar to the PPM, but what happens is it sends a parity bit and it modulates the pulse up and down, so it can tell if it sends an error bit and a parity bit. Now, not sure what the ESC is yet, but I'd say that might be to measure current from the battery back to the source. So you can actually plug this back into another battery and recharge that battery, which is a fantastic idea. So to get out, just go exit. And I'd like to thank Brett, because he was the one that put me onto this device, and it's really cool. So you got press OK to start, power supply, no short circuit. So yeah, you got all these different ones here. So they're the output. So I can get back out of there. I haven't used that yet. But you can test with the pulse width, you can test servos, servos, because the other, they might call them control motors or something like that, but they're a servo. So here's your temperature settings for lowest input 10 volts, input power 350 watts, safety temperature 70 degrees Celsius and 50 degrees external temperature, and it's got all the settings there. So anyway, so what we're going to do first, and this is because I really need it done, we're going to plug in the 19 volt power brick, 7 amps. We're going to jump into there. We're going to go, yep, we've got that. So no, that's not what we want. So no, that's not what we want either. So it's actually, okay, so it's going to start charging my battery. Now, the reason none of this shows up here is because my 3S has got its own battery management system on it, so BMS on it. Now later I'm going to hook this up with a switch for summer, so I've got a charge, it'll show me the voltage, and also I'll be able to hook up to my phone, so if I lose power here, I'll be able to do that. So what do you think about the M8? It looks like a fantastic unit. Later on I will update the firmware, and it's actually got the temperature here at the moment, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit and we'll have a quick look. Zoomed in, and look, we've got 38 degrees it's gone up to. It was 37. Can't feel the fans, can't even hear the fans, but if it gets too hot, well, we'll probably put a bigger fan on it, and that's about it for me. But I'll try and link down Brett's review of it. He's got a way better review. Now, the only thing I could have done was probably pulled out the oscilloscope and plugged in the PWM, the PPM, and the S bus to show you the differences. There's also an I bus, but we don't use that in this device. It doesn't have it. Bit of a pity, really. It's a new standard. But the website, I'll list that as well for your updates. There's also I'll list another site that if you want to have a quick read of what the difference between the different pulses are, it'll explain it to you. And you guys have a great day. So this is from Chucks. We're out of here. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and ring that bell if you'd like, because I always like seeing people joining me on the channel. It's been a busy day talking to people as well. Okay, catches. Bye.